All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I bring to you today more leftist idiocy. So, from Fox News here, it says California Senate passes bill to redefine same sex couples unable to get pregnant as infertile. And it goes on to say here Democrat lawmakers are attempting to force insurance companies to pay for pregnancy treatments for homosexual couples in California by redefining infertility to include couples who cannot reproduce because they have a partner of the same sex. California Senate passed a bill in May that, for insurance purposes, would redefine infertility as a person's inability to reproduce either as an individual or with their partner without medical intervention. Okay, so a person's inability to reproduce as an individual, well, nobody can reproduce with themselves. And of course, homosexual couples can't reproduce. Their very acts go against nature. And they want everybody to pay for very expensive treatments for something that the people are willfully engaging in. They know they can't get pregnant. And it goes on to say here SB 729 would repeal and add to sections of the state's current health and safety code and insurance code so that same sex couples unable to reproduce together, which is never going to be possible, would be considered infertile, and insurance companies would be required to cover costs for treatments such as in vitro fertilization or surrogacy. So, so they're going to put quote unquote same sex couples in the same category as, a woman who has a legitimate medical problem or a man who has a legitimate medical problem. So because these people choose to engage in an act which reproduction is impossible, they're going to get all the benefits that, people that actually have medical problems are going to get. And you're going to pay for it, at least if you live in California. It says this bill would require large group, small group, and individual healthcare service care plan contracts and disability insurance policies issued, amended, or renewed on or after January 1st, 2024, to provide coverage for the diagnosis and treatment of infertility and fertility services. This bill would revise the definition of infertility and would remove the exclusion of in vitro fertilization from coverage. The center also states that the average cost for in vitro treatments in California is between $8,000 to $13,000 for one cycle, not including medication. If passed, the bill would cover costs for surrogacy, which is a much more expensive treatment that averages anywhere from $14,000 to $46,000. Democrat-sponsored bill was introduced by State Senator Carolyn Menjivar, who said that the legislation will ensure that queer couples no longer have to pay more out of pocket to start families than non-queer families. The Senate bill was co-authored by Democrat state senators Anthony Portantino and Scott Wiener. Men Having Babies, a group seeking to broaden access to affordable and ethical parenting options for gay men, said it supports the bill because it believes the anguish felt by women and men who cannot get pregnant is equal to the frustrations of a same-sex couple who cannot reproduce. Can't make this stuff up, folks. This is absolutely bat crazy. The anguish and yearning that same sex couples and singles feel due to their inability to reproduce without medical intervention is equal to the anguish of heterosexual couples who suffer from medical infertility, MHB wrote on its website. I mean, folks, this is insane. This is insane. And this is California is the biggest state, most populous state in our country. And looks like this is going to happen. And it's not going to be much longer before they're going to try to pass something like this nationally to say every insurance company has to cover this coverage for, quote unquote, queer couples because they choose to participate in activities that render reproduction impossible, not because they have anything wrong with their bodies. So I haven't seen a lot of coverage on this, so I just wanted to talk about it. I mean, what do you all think? I mean, am I wrong? Is this something that you think should be covered? And if so, why? When these people don't have anything medically wrong with them. So let me know what you all think. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.